Hello, welcome to Shrimps TV, all things Morecambe FC, and it's Morecambe 0, Southend 3, and yeah, it's another defeat. Where'd you pick the bones out of this one? Well, I didn't think we played too bad when we first started out in this game. We created a couple of chances, and we should have took at least one of them. But then it's the same old story. They're sitting in really, waiting for us to make a mistake. We make the mistake. They break away and they score their first goal, and from then on it was just we just didn't know how to get back at them. We didn't do anything different. We just kept passing the ball side to side. There should have been a bloody tennis umpire out there instead of a referee. My head was going from side to side that much. It was like watching a tennis game. It was ridiculous. We never tried to mix it up in the game at all. We never tried to vary anything. The substitutions were way too late in the game. Some of the players that should be starting didn't start, and I'm putting Sutton down on that list. He's a fantastic looking player. He's getting 5-10 minutes at the end of games. Crazy. He did start with Nuttall in this game, and I thought he had to try some other than Tollett, and I was all for that. He can hold the ball up, okay, but he just has no pace and he just has no desire to close down. Any sort of pressing, you can forget that. His work rate is absolutely terrible. But it was worth a go. Fair play for Ash for trying that. But thankfully, Musquet came on late in the game and he showed some of the others how to do it. So basically, yeah, Southend, they get the second goal in the first half there. And you're thinking, we'll come out second half, let's make some changes. Let's try a few different things. Nope, we just kept doing the same side-to-side stuff there. Eventually, we did make some subs. And I thought for that last 10 minutes of the game, we looked quite good, but we had some decent players on there. We're actually pulling their defenders out of position and creating a few things. But it was all way too late. Way too late in the game. I don't know. Look, if you want to be brutal about it, I think we've got 5 or 6 players there that they really try hard and they're good players and they're trying to make an honest living out of it and they're doing all right. Then you've got another 4 or 5, 6 players there that, to me, they get starts and they're just not pulling the weight there. I mean, Dixon Bonner, what a disappointment he is. I mean, he's done nothing. Jack Nolan, he started off like a house on fire at Solihull and he scored another few worldies after that. And you're thinking, he's a player. He's dropped right off now. He doesn't look capable of 90 minutes, 60 minutes at most. And you got likes of Sutton sitting on the bench getting splinters in his arse. It's just not good enough. Hopefully with Musquet back and hopefully with Williams at left back and Kane can play in the number 10 role, that's a little bit of optimism that maybe we can get back and start scoring a few goals. I don't want to jump ahead of myself here because we've got 3 horrendous away games coming up. But there were signs that we can get players back into the positions they're supposed to be in. But that's the only positive I can take out of it. As for the sponsors of the game, I don't want to be rude to you because you sponsored the game and spent money, but I didn't get why Jack Nolan got that man of the match. That was a slightly random decision there, maybe a bit too much après-ski up there, I don't know. But Jake Kane, for me, was the man of the match. Played well at left back, then he was asked to move back into playing in the hole and he was still good. And he's one of our bright lights. We need more players like that in the team. He just personifies what we need if we're to save ourselves in the National League. Who else shone there? I don't think I don't think the central defensive partnership was too bad. Not brilliant. I think the keeper was not great at all. If if you dropped a £10 note on the floor next to him, I doubt he'd be able to bend down and pick it up. But, he's been extremely disappointing for me. Where are we going from here? I still think we need a yard dog alongside Aziz there. I think you're playing him in that pivot role. I'd rather see him further up the pitch there. And if he does make a mistake, and he is prone to making the odd mistake, you've got that cover behind him. I still think that needs to be sorted out. The wide players, I like to see Sutton get a start. Edwards has continued his good form for me. He should have scored that goal today, but I think he's been one of our best players and most consistent players. So yeah, I'm happy with him. Tollett, he came on in that wide position for a bit. Good to see him back out there, but yeah. Where are we at now with kind of Dixon Bonner though, and not all and these kind of players? They just are not pulling the weight. They don't seem to want to wear the shirt. I think you've got to get tough as a manager there, but will Ash do it? I mean, it's all kind of FIFA management for me. Like, he just what we're missing. We want players with heart and soul, grit and determination, aggression, and we need these in specific positions on the pitch that they can be be that solid core to offer support to the players like Sutton and Aziz and Kane and that. So for me, the blend of the team is completely all wrong. We're too easy to beat. Teams just put men behind the ball now. And when they get out possession, they get men right behind the ball, go into a low block or whatever, and they wait for us to make the inevitable mistake. We always just make that mistake, and they're in. It's that simple at times. Lapses of concentration. But defensively, the whole team's got to do better than what we're doing. It's not just, you can't just blame the back four or even the keeper. The whole team have got to defend as a unit, and we attack as a unit. And at the moment, we've got far too many individuals there that I think aren't pulling the weight in games. The players, I still don't think, they should be looking fit and sharp now. Don't. Half of them can't last 90 minutes. I don't know what the fitness regime is, but it certainly isn't good enough and isn't working. And let's be honest, there was a bit of toxicity after the game with a few supporters not happy with the fact that Ash is managing this football club. There's a lot of booing. There's a lot of being in the cowshed at times. Like or the moo, say like moo rather than boo. It's like being in the bloody cowshed, but I won't boo. I always politely clap at the end for the players that are putting the effort, but there's a lot of discontent at the football club, and unless things change soon, it could be too late. We could just be marooned down there. So, thanks for watching. Not been a good one again. Like and subscribe if you feel you want to do that. I'll see you later, guys. Bye bye.